Hello, I'm Anne McNamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. We are back in Palatka, my favorite small town in America, and I am here talking to Shelly, who's part of the Gathering Artists movement here in the town. So, Shelly, tell me, what is Gathering Artists?
The Gathering Artists of Putnam County, we don't even have county in here, is really a group of artists. Some of us are new to the town. Some of us have been here for years, and there just wasn't anything going on. There weren't any shows that were happening or galleries that were really showcasing our art. And with a little bit of encouragement, there was a sign-up sheet, and the minute some of us heard about it, it kind of exploded. And we started taking over empty storefronts. We started using empty stores. So we're really excited. We have openings every month now, and we're helping each other out in different ways, but kind of being an association and just of people helping each other out in their art and in their mastery and their business also.
Brilliant. So you've now leased this space, is that right?
That is correct. So the owner of the building, who is a longtime resident and active member, he had finished the front part of the space, and while he's still working on the back part of the space, he's like, you guys are doing a great job. You can use the front part of the space, and he's really gifting it to us. The lease is so low. We're paying the utilities, but this is kind of our getting our toes into the pond of having to pay bills on a regular basis.
That's brilliant. So this is something I love about this stage of a town's development, that we have what you see in towns that have got its act together, where you've got a really good community, is you have what's considered pop-up space, meanwhile space, interim space, and good, well-run towns do really good meanwhile space that really animates the streetscape. Really poor ones put some hoarding up, scaffolding up. You're walking in the same unanimated space for years. When I was coming to Platka to look at whether it was somewhere where I want to spend a lot of time, that was one of the signals I was looking for. Is there a together community that loves this place and invests it? Because you can't transform towns without tremendous community coming togetherness. It's just a special thing that when it happens, it's really amazing. So what attracted you to Palatka?
As you know, this space is so well centered between really large cities. Gainesville's an hour away, Jacksonville's an hour away, St. Augustine's 40 minutes away, Daytona Beach, Orlando, they're all like really central. So when I decided to move, I got a little hotel room on the river. I said to myself, I want waterfront property without oceanfront prices. Yeah. So I found a little place that had a tiki bar and cabins and pontoon boats to rent, and we explored the river. I totally fell in love with the river. It is fantastic. And I just had realtors show me, you have to show me a place, but it has to be on the river, somewhere on the river. And then a piece came available. It called out my name, and I had to buy it. So, and it was raw land. I have cleared my parts of it. I've put my house, my art studio, all the stuff that I need to live, and it's still like a work in progress, but I love it. It's 8 acres and it's fabulous.
When you started to get involved in Platka, how did you get involved, and was it easy, hard?
So I have found that Palatka is probably the easiest place I've ever lived to get involved in. There's a famous little diner here, and if you go into it, you might find the owner. He put me in touch with their Rotary Club, and that group, there's 2 of them here, but that group just is so involved in all the civic organizations, all the food drives, all the food pantries, all of the programs that are coming to Palatka as festivals. All those people come to our group and present and ask for volunteers or ask for donations. And I've done more community service here than in the rest of my entire life. So I've been thrilled. Sometimes when I start to talk about it, I get in tears because it's so fitting, and they've been able to utilize my creative talents as an artist. They're like, oh, you need to decorate this big annual event we have. And
Wow.
it's a really dangerous thing to ask an artist to do, because I kind of go crazy on things. But
And what do you think would help Palatka achieve its potential?
that's really, I think, a hard question, because it does have several challenges. But the people on the street just hear the rumors. They don't really know what's happening. I think that if those projects were better at kind of showing off what they were about to do, those big posters in the windows, like coming soon, with the drawings, so that they could see what's happening. Because there's a lot of, when they don't see the progress, because of whether it's permits or the scheduling, or we're not going to do this now because infrastructure is about to change, and they happen to know that's happening. But there's a lot of people lose their enthusiasm. The general public will, get disheartened, and it's like, no, it's really coming. I promise. It's really coming. So I'm excited about the project. All the projects that I have heard about that are coming, I'm excited about.
Brilliant. I hear you. It's about to achieve its potential. It's great that there's people coming in doing stuff. We could probably generate more support for that if it was really clear about what we're doing, when it's going to happen, when it's been delayed, to keep that momentum going.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think the other thing I've really seen is there's not enough joint marketing as a brand. Platka as a place which has artists and restaurants and drinking and whatever. It's everyone's trying to sort of do their own thing, which I'm not saying should stop doing your own thing, but together we could.
And there's been a couple of movements to do that. And what I've seen, what I've witnessed happen is, because I'm new, I haven't seen any of the stuff that had been done in the past.
Yeah.
So I get really excited about the new stuff and the new ideas and the new groups that are coming together. People who have been here for, that are what they call true Palatkans, they're like, oh, that's been done before. That's not, they have kind of, a sour taste in their mouth from programs that have been done before. So there's a lot of actual overlap, especially in this downtown area.
Yeah.
There's Revitalize Historic Palatka. There's the Downtown Palatka Inc. There's Main Street Palatka. There's so many programs. Main Street Palatka is the newest one. It's a revitalized effort to bring the national program here. And there's a lot to be done.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be done.
So revitalizing towns isn't rocket science. There is a formula that has been tested over many years, and I've been part of observing or delivering that formula in the UK. And the key elements are you have got to have a strong community. There has to be a willingness to support and make change together. You need to have connectivity. You can't do this in the middle of nowhere. And you need to have the political will and drive. And I believe Platka has all those three things. I think the elements that are missing, and these are really important, is Platka needs its theme. It needs to define what it is for, and then it needs to market that. So if you look at a city like Orlando, we know that you go there for Disney, you go there for fun. It's built off the Disney theme. You go to Gainesville, it's because it's a college town. It has all the things you associate with college towns. St. Augustine, much smaller, but it's a beach town and it's historic. What is Palatka for? So defining what its theme is really important. And that theme, I think you will be able to see, is already coming out in some of the videos I'm doing here. It's got a very independent theme, and it's people who really care about the town, and it's about people who can make stuff. And I think making stuff is really important. The second thing that needs to happen, so there's three things. One is, what is it for? Two is, the second thing is, let's drive that home with marketing. Let's get defined, organised town marketing where we all buy into it as owners, as producers, as entrepreneurs, and start driving that out to help people choose Palatka for that requirement. And the last thing is, it needs affordable real estate. So there is plenty of real estate in Palatka, but it's not the right sort of real estate. It needs to be made affordable for the startup stage. It needs rentable by the week. It needs to be de-risked. It needs to have smaller spaces. It needs to be cheaper. It needs to be more disposable. So the first properties that I do, that's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be affordable spaces for people who can take it or leave it and build their businesses. And I think that is doable as a commercial model.